Let's dive into CVE-2025-29824, a significant vulnerability in Windows. To start, we'll introduce this vulnerability and then provide an overview of the video topics we'll cover. You'll learn about how the Windows Common Log File System driver is exploited in this context, as well as the products affected and the scope of its impact. We'll also discuss the mitigation techniques and available patches to address this vulnerability. It's important to note some interesting facts. This vulnerability has been actively exploited by ransomware groups, making it a prime target for attackers. It carries a CVSS score of 7.8, which places it in the important category, indicating the potential severity of its exploitation. Understanding these aspects will give you a solid foundation on what CVE 2025-29824 entails and how it's being handled in the cybersecurity landscape. Let's discuss the details of CVE 2025-29824. This vulnerability is characterized as a use-after-free flaw within the Windows Common Log File System (CLFS) driver. Such a flaw can be exploited to escalate privileges, allowing attackers to gain system-level access. In terms of impact, this vulnerability is significant because it grants attackers the ability to execute arbitrary code on affected machines. This has made sectors like IT and real estate particularly attractive targets for exploitation. Understanding the mechanism and potential consequences of such a vulnerability is essential for devising appropriate defenses and maintaining the integrity of affected systems. Let's focus on the affected products by the CVE 2025-29824 vulnerability. This flaw impacts a range of Windows operating systems, from Windows 7 SP1 through to Windows 11 24H2, and also includes Windows Server versions 2008 R2 up to Server 2025. It's important to note that while many versions are affected, Windows 11 users, specifically on the latest 24H2 update, have notable protection due to improved security measures, meaning they aren't susceptible to this particular vulnerability. Understanding the specific versions at risk is essential for system administrators and security professionals when considering patching and mitigation strategies across their networks. The exploitation details of CVE 2025-29824 highlight how this vulnerability is being actively leveraged by ransomware groups, notably those like Storm 2460. These actors commonly integrate the attack with a backdoor tool known as pipe magic. A typical exploitation scenario involves gaining initial access through tools that appear legitimate, followed by privilege escalation to carry out their ransomware deployment. Understanding these tactics is pivotal for anticipating potential attacks and reinforcing system defenses. Let's go over how to mitigate CVE 2025-29824. Firstly, Microsoft addressed this vulnerability in their April 2025 updates, so it's essential to ensure all systems are promptly updated with these patches. Until you can fully patch systems, consider temporarily restricting local user privileges to limit potential exploit risks. Additionally, monitoring and logging any system interactions with the CLFS driver will help identify suspicious activities. These steps will help strengthen your defenses against potential exploits, leveraging this vulnerability. Now let's discuss exploitation commands used by attackers, leveraging CVE 2025-29824. Two common commands can serve as illustrative examples. First, bcdedit default recovery-enabled no disables system recovery. This is a defensive move by threat actors to make it harder for a compromised system to restore quickly. The second command, wbadmin delete catalog quiet, deletes backup catalogs. This step is typically taken to ensure that restoring from a backup is not a viable option for the victim. These commands disrupt standard recovery and backup protocols, severely impacting the ability to regain control over the system post-attack. Understanding these commands gives insight into the methodology of attackers and what steps they might take after exploiting this vulnerability. In this real-world scenario, we look at a situation where a threat actor exploits a vulnerability, specifically CVE 25-29824, to introduce ransomware into a network environment. This highlights the importance of being proactive in defensive measures. Best practices are our main focus here. Regularly updating systems with the latest patches is necessary to close vulnerabilities that attackers could exploit. Implementing strict privilege management helps ensure that only authorized personnel have access to sensitive areas of the network, reducing the risk of unauthorized actions. Additionally, continuous monitoring of the network for anomalies is a key strategy in detecting potential threats early, allowing for a swifter response. These actions collectively help in maintaining the integrity and security of organizational systems. In this slide, we'll wrap up with some key takeaways and final recommendations regarding the discussed threat. The significant threat posed in both IT and financial sectors underscores the necessity for rapid response to effectively mitigate potential risks. It is imperative to promptly apply Microsoft patches to protect your systems against vulnerabilities such as CVE 2025-29824. Additionally, conducting regular security audits and system checks will enhance your defensive strategy, ensuring that your network remains robust against potential threats. These practices are integral to maintaining a secure environment. In this slide, we're provided with some important references and further reading materials that you can explore to expand your understanding and stay updated. The first link directs you to Microsoft's security blog, a valuable resource for insights and updates directly from Microsoft. The second link takes you to the NVD entry on CVE 2025-29824, where you'll find detailed information about the vulnerability, including analysis and technical details. Lastly, the link to Vicarious Advisory and Scripts offers additional guidance and tools to help address security concerns. These resources will be instrumental as you continue to enhance your security measures and system knowledge.